Welcome back, friends. If you remember from last week, I left off with the new barbecue and cooler boxes and finally being done with the form work, which means that I finally get to start with layering up of the actual fiberglass. It's still a lot of work, but this particular job was on to the last phases. Not sure I can say the same for the dang troubled freezer tub.
All right, I've got reinforcements right there. Brady, thank you, Brady. You're a gem.
Everyone, this is Brady.
Brady.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Obviously, the saga continues with the tub, the freezer tub, but we're getting there. I've just added gel coat. You know, at the end of the day, it was just like just add gel coat and then sand it down and make it nice. So I'm doing that. I'm almost done with the boxes. Both lids and the barbecue box are done. They're going to set up for a day or two, and then I'm going to split them out of the forms. And then I'm working on the very last of the layers on the chili bin, the cooler. And I'm doing one other thing. I know you guys are probably as sick of the fiberglass work as I am. I know I am. Almost there. Almost there. I do have two other things that I'm working on. These are forms for some carbon fiber that I'm doing. I'm laying down actual carbon fiber, not fiberglass this time, carbon fiber, because these are going to be new. This is the new dash at the nav station, and this is basically a new dash at the helm station, because where I have my Garmin right now, the chart plotter, I'd like to move it, and I'm adding some more instrumentation there. And basically same thing on the helm station, nav station. Gosh, you guys, I'm all over the place. I'll slow down. The nav station is getting reconfigured a little bit. I'm adding some components to it, which I'm very excited about. I know I've oversaid that. I'm very excited about most of these things that are happening. I did want to at least just show you the forms first, and then I'm going to show a little bit of laying down the carbon fiber, because it's a little bit different process. So stick with me. It's going to be worth it. It'll be cool. Okay, party people, here's the plan. I kind of showed you the forms that I did for the carbon fiber pieces that I'm doing, and today's the day. So I have them mostly templated out. This is quite an operation because, let me grab a scrap. The carbon fiber weave is delicate in the sense that before you wet it, before you do anything to it, it can move around a lot. And when you handle it, you can distort the lines basically. And since this is the finished product and this is what's going to be seen, nothing goes on top of this, and we're trying to achieve a look, basically a really nice carbon fiber look, we want the lines of the carbon fiber to remain straight. And the way to do that is to utilize plastic sheets. So you lay down the sheet, you lay down the carbon fiber, you wet it out right there nice and straight, and then you can handle the plastic without the carbon fiber weave moving around and getting all messed up, looking like crap. So I have pre-wetted this with epoxy. It's a special kind of like finish epoxy. So you put that down, let it dry, and kind of tack up. And then that's going to give the finished base. Actually, it's the base right now. It's going to be the finished surface. Just a little bit thicker on the finished surface. And then we wet it down again. We wet down the carbon fiber, like I said, and then you put on 2 layers there. And then I'm putting on some wood in the middle, and then a third layer. So it'll be 2 layers on the surface, a layer of thin wood, and then a finish layer on the back side, even though it's never going to be seen. So it'll be very strong, perfect thickness, and wish me luck. Also, did I mention I've never done this before? So really gonna need some luck here. All right, let's do this. Of course, I started with the hardest one, of course. All right. Whew, that was a push, but I'm so happy with the way it worked out. Obviously not everything was flawless, and I definitely learned some little tricks, but you know, the stuff I looked up on YouTube and the ideas in the plastic, man, that was the way to go. So I think, well, I won't say anything yet about the outcome. We'll wait till we break apart the forms and separate everything, but I am the positive outlook, and I think everything went really well. So I'm really excited to see the final product. I think this is gonna be so freaking cool, and you guys will like what I'm adding too. So I will get to that, but first, lunch. All right, I'm not really sure that I talked much about how stressed I was over these boxes, because they were the bulk of the work that I wanted to get done while here. There's a lot of other little projects, but this is definitely the biggest out of everything. And on top of that, for this type of stuff, you need somewhat warm weather and somewhat dry weather, which I haven't had hardly any of this whole time in New Zealand. Well, that I've been back, you know, since the Caribbean. The next thing is to strip everything off. So I basically just start backing everything out, and I use little trim nails, you know, so this stuff, it holds it together just well enough to be able to like handle this stuff and put it together, but not so much that like the forms won't come apart. So I hope, I hope. Yeah, so let's get at it and see how it turns out. Yeah. Oh. Oh boy. Not too bad. Woo! Wow. Okay. It's only been a few pieces, but those pieces have come off flawlessly and perfect. So look, just hoping that the rest of it comes off like that. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't. Oh, okay. Woo! That is exactly how it's supposed to happen. Woo! You guys, this, wow, I'm so excited. It is in such good shape. It has worked out, and it is in good shape. I mean, the surface is exactly how I wanted it. There are flaws in the corners, as I expected. You know, there's gonna need to be some work on this, on some of the edges, mostly the edges and the corners. But I don't care. This thing is awesome. Oh my gosh. It is so good. It is so good. Ah, yeah, I just gotta, look at this. I guess I got a lot of that to do. And there's some places where the paint actually came off, but there's still the barrier here to protect it. So I think everything should clean up pretty well. So that's going to take a little bit for sure. But man, you guys, I am so relieved, excited, thrilled. Man, this is awesome. Woo! Wow. Woo! Woo! All right. This one's even better. This one's even better. This one is the one I had to redo the protectant, the PVA, and I did a really good job. And there's definitely places I'm going to have to attend to, and there are definitely flaws, little ones. But I mean, this is my first fiberglass project. So overall, it's freaking awesome. And yeah, I also have people coming to help me this weekend as well. So this will be a perfect job for them to clean up and give a little attention to. It's right up their alley. So yeah, woo! Could not be more stoked and relieved. Man, what a beautiful, beautiful day. It is an incredible morning. I'll tell you something else. This yard is emptying out. Every day several boats go in the water and none are coming out. And it is like a pretty stark reminder that I gotta get going. I'm doing the best I can, man. I'm working sun up to sundown and then some. It's working out. Things are coming together. I'm seeing the light at the end of several tunnels all at once. I haven't checked anything off the list. I don't think I've checked one thing off the list, but I have gotten close on a lot of them. Like one day, I'm just gonna check, 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 check. It's just gonna wrap up. One day is gonna wrap up like 17 different projects. It's gonna be freaking grand. I cannot wait. Something else I'm really excited about today too is like the first thing is I'm gonna split the carbon fiber pieces out of the mold. So it's been a couple days, let those things dry and set up real good. So I'm really excited to see those things come out. See how good they did. Really excited about that. So let it warm up maybe 2 more degrees and then I'm gonna go to work. It's chilly. Cold morning. Oh, wow. Okay.
Not that I felt like I was losing any battles, but this win was sorely needed and appreciated.
Well, that one's way better.
All that was needed was to give them a good sand and remove the leftover form release, and then hopefully just a good polish before being able to install them.
Yeah, that's not bad. Now that is how it is supposed to look. Now, it is not fully finished. It still needs to get sanded, wet sanded, and then another coat of topping epoxy on it. There's little teeny micro bubbles and little flaws, but this is easy, you know, we just give it a light sand, another coat, and then that gets sanded and polished kind of like the gel coat does. So it is looking fantastic and I am so excited. And the initial reaction is to be like, Erica, come look, you know, but I miss her so much. And it, like, to have her not here and not seeing this stuff that's going on and to being part of this is really, really sucky. Like, it really freaking sucks. So I just wish she could be part of this. I know she wants to be, and it's a real detriment, you know, not having my partner here and being able to share all this with her and all this. So we'll give her a call later and maybe show her some of this stuff that I've been working on so hard. I'm working so hard.
Hi everyone. I think it's pretty much time for me to give you guys an update. I know you've probably been enjoying all the butt work videos that Warren has been doing, but it's been 2 weeks for me since I've had my surgery. And actually today I will be heading in to get my stitches out, get this temporary cast off, and then put into a boot. So I'm excited because it's just the next phase, the next step into my recovery and my rehab. And so I've been really anxious. There really isn't been a whole lot for me to report to you on because for the last 2 weeks, I've pretty much just been sitting still, pretty sedentary. I've been spending time with my best friend, staying at her house, and just working on videos and editing. Really, there isn't much for me to be doing right now as I just kind of take the time to heal. So I guess I'll take you guys with us today to the doctor's office and update you on my leg. So let's go.
The incision looks really great. Because it'll be 0 print off the protocol.
Yeah, and I'm sure.
Yes, I'll print that out so we can go over it, and then I'll email it tomorrow as well, so she'll have it.
Thanks, Mom.
You did good. Crawl right in there.
Come on over. All right, well, there you go. That's the little update in my life as of right now. And I get to start PT, sort of.
Yeah.
So I will be doing some Pilates, physical training, actually with a therapist and coach that I've worked with before. So I'm really excited to be working with her because I know she's going to get me on the right track. So that's it for now.
Look at that. Oh my gosh. That'll do. Woo. By the way, I am sure that it is worth mentioning that we are almost done with the fiberglass work. It has been, for me, over 3 weeks. And if it's wearing thin on you guys, believe me, it's wearing thin on me. So I'm just going to give you an overview of what little I have left to do. This is the tub for the freezer, and I am using it as a template, essentially, for the top, the lid to the bin. So right now I've got the gel coat in. I'm going to fiberglass that and then pop it loose, and that will be the cover or the lid, the hatch for the freezer. And I've also smoothed out just a junk piece of plywood, basically, that I'm going to skin. I'm going to gel coat and skin that and then take it off, and then I'll use it for the very, very top of the lid because this gets 2 inches of foam in there. The other thing is the hatch. That's the hatch for the barbecue box. So this is obviously the barbecue box. These are the 2 tops for it so that we can access the barbecue. And then there's a front hatch that is very nice and recessed, and I've got nice hinges for it and hardware. And so that'll be to get into the valve, and this will also be storage. And then the very last thing is this last box. It's the biggest of the last of the projects, and that is the inside to the chili bin. The chili bin is the cooler, the built-in cooler, and so it has to have a finished inside, and I've done a real nice job on it and kind of beveled the bottom. I don't know what to call it, beveled or angled the bottom so that it will eventually drain out. I'll have a drain in there that we can pull just like a normal cooler. Whew, so I am tired of as you can imagine, I am tired of fiberglass, so I'm gonna just zoom through it and get it done, maybe film a little bit of it, but at least you guys have an understanding of what's happening and what's left. And then I promise I'll move on to other projects. Here we go.
These were definitely the last days of the fiberglass work, and it's a good thing because my energy for this stuff was quickly running out. At least with this freezer lid getting completed today, I could just about bet on being able to get this installed in its new home tomorrow, and maybe even get to fire up the new freezer in the next few days.
Oh, baby. All right. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, there it goes. That is how it is supposed to go. And there is roughly my lid. Whew. Looks like the mold release worked. Oh, yes, indeed it did. Woo. All right. Well, this is definitely working out, thankfully. And the beauty in doing it this way is that it is such an incredibly tight, snug fit. I mean, there is way less than 1 millimeter space all the way around there. So it is a super, super snug lid. And if you did notice, I only insulated with 2 inches of insulation in there, even though the whole box all the way around and the bottom got 4 inches. Remember that a cushion goes on top of here, and that's another 4 inches of insulation. So essentially, the lid really has 6 inches of insulation in there. And because the lid at the top where heat rises and cold sinks, the lid is going to be the least important part of the whole thing, as long as there's no air gaps, which there really isn't here. So the insulation there is pretty perfect, and it's light, and it fits well. Now I just got to trim it up and get this thing mounted. Yeah, boy. You know, and while we're on a good news roll, I just want you guys to look at this. Look how you can see the reflection of the boat in there. Wow, that's cool. Wow, yeah. Now, this has teeny little air bubbles. I don't actually know if you can see it in there. Teeny little air bubbles this thing gets sanded again and then polished to a pretty high shine. So it is not done, but man, it's close. A lot of these projects are close, and I'm so glad to see some of these things starting to get ticked off the list, because it's pretty defeating to have a long list and be working for 3 or 4 weeks now. And I guess it's been 3 weeks, and I haven't checked one thing off. I haven't really finished one project. But I've mentioned this before, we're close on like 10 of them. So one of these days it's gonna be like, check. Looking forward to that day.
Man, you guys are freaking awesome for following along on all this workcation stuff I'm currently on. And I know it has been a bit monotonous lately with so much work and so little sailing fun.
Boom shakalaka.
But I promise that in the next week or so, I will show you the completion of most, if not all, of these projects I've embarked upon. And I simply would like to say thank you for any of you still following along with us still. You guys rock. I hope you have a great day, great week, great whatever you have going on. Cheers all.